everyone, and welcome to another review. Today we're going to go ahead and review a fragrance from the house of Herrera. We are talking about 212 Men Club VIP Edition. Now this fragrance was released in 2015. This fragrance is a little bit harder to find if you look around, just because it is a limited edition that was released last year. The prices have pretty much kept solid. It retails for $91 for the 3.4, and it still has been hovering around those prices. Now I suspect it's still up that way because of scarcity, but do some searching around, but it is a little bit tougher to find, just to kind of keep you guys aware of it. Now the bottle design, I'm not really a fan. It's a little bit tacky, but I've never really been a fan of any of the bottles from the house of Herrera. There's like one or two that are decent, but the rest are just but we're not here to talk about the bottles. We're here to talk about the actual scent itself. So moving on to the scent. The notes are listed on screen. The main thing that I want to take away here is chocolate. Man, this is probably the closest smelling chocolate, like actual chocolate that you eat type smell. There are many chocolates out there, each with varying degrees of how close they smell to chocolate, but this one really smells like chocolate. And it's a nice combination of chocolate and lime that you get right off the bat. So it's kind of got this citrusy chocolate smell, and it's very appealing, I have to say. It's not like a sickeningly sweet chocolate, but it's literally just like a chocolate bar, like a dark chocolate bar, if you will. And it really comes off as appealing. As the scent kind of develops, you start to get another note, which is really surprising to me, and that's caviar. You start to get like chocolate lime and this caviar scent that kind of sneaks into there as it's developing. And throughout the entire fragrance, you're getting the kind of this watery vibe that is within the fragrance. And I have to say that this fragrance kind of took me on a ride from all the times that I took it on, and I was like, man, at different times, sometimes when I sprayed it, I would get the caviar note right off the bat, and I would start to get a little bit more of the chocolate and the lime. Sometimes I would get just lime and caviar with the chocolate kind of mixed in afterwards. So it's kind of, jumping around at times, and I have to say it's really pleasing. It's very interesting. I usually go about 3 sprays with this sucker. It lasts about, I want to say, 8 to 10 hours on my skin. So this one lasts on my skin a good amount of time. It's a good fragrance for the fall. I'd consider the fall like the perfect season for this fragrance. Age group wise, I think this is good for any age, but I think this is a good one for younger people to look at. So if you're in high school, if you're going up in college, and you're just coming out, take a look at this one. This might be a perfect fragrance for you to kind of get your hands on. It's a great fragrance for the night out and especially the club. I think the name of this fragrance really suits it perfectly. This is a great clubbing fragrance, and I think they really hit their mark when they were kind of designing this fragrance. So thumbs up to Herrera on this one for it. So yeah, so it leaves a decent amount of a sillage trail though. The sillage trail didn't especially jump out at me, but it wasn't slacking at the same time. So it did well in those respects. Now, this compliment-wise, I got 1 compliment from this one, which is pretty decent considering I'm wearing it 7 times. And yeah, so I got 1 good solid compliment from it. And when people smelled it and I had them smell it, they were really pleased with it. I actually had one person want to actually go buy it, so he was pretty impressed with this one as well too. So this one I would definitely say is in the compliment realm and is designed to get compliments, and it does it in a very unique way. So A+ for the points and for what it actually does as a fragrance. So if I'm going to go ahead and give this fragrance a rating, I give this fragrance a rating a 9 out of 10. This is a solid fragrance from the house of Herrera, and I was really tempted to give it an 8 though. The reason being, there's only 3 things to me that are keeping this fragrance down. 1, it's hard to find. 2, prices have still remained steady, and because it's harder to find, I expect the prices to kind of go up a little bit more on this one. And finally, it's limited use. It's a great clubbing fragrance, but that's pretty much it. Clubbing and fall, it's not versatile at all. So yes, I was thinking about giving this one an 8, but what really pushed this one up for me was the fact that, 1, this is unique. Yes, it's a chocolate fragrance, yes, it's a clubbing fragrance, but I really think that this fragrance does the clubbing kind of vibe a little bit differently, or different enough than other kind of clubbing fragrances. More so that I would suggest this on its own for people to buy as a clubbing fragrance. That's the first thing. The second thing is it's got the performance. For clubbing fragrances, or for fragrances when you go out, I demand performance. I expect them to be able to handle the scrutiny, to be able to cut through other smells, and this one does it fantastically. And the third thing is, yes, I just said that price was a negative, but on the flip side, price is a positive on this. It's not over $100. You can find this one, if you can find it, for under $100, and I think you're well within your rights on that one. So that's pretty much it. That's my thoughts on the new, or the fragrance from 2015 VIP Club Edition. And let me know what your thoughts. If you've got your hands on this fragrance, let me know what you're thinking. I'm always curious. Thank you guys. Take care of yourselves, and you guys have a great day.